What's up, Tamers? It's your boy Red. BT9 is right around the corner introducing the X-Antibody mechanic. First kind of hinted at back in BT5 with Omnimon X-Antibody, followed up by Alphamon, and then going into his line with the Doraemon line. Every color is now going to start having access to the antibody cards, fleshing out the mechanic too, giving them a stacking evolution. There's a lot of interesting stuff to talk about in this set. We're going to start with what we're kind of thinking about for our Wargreymon build. As you know on this channel, every set that we can play Wargreymon, we are always going to. So first off, we are going to start here with the BT5 Koromon. Still going to run this over the new Koromon. I like the draw power that comes with the when attacking, if this Digimon has Omnimon or Greymon in its name, you may trigger draw one card. The new Koromon has give 1000 DP, which is definitely not a bad thing to have if we're trying to survive checks, but I'm going more for the extra draw power. Then we're still running the BT5 Agumon. Reveal top 3 cards from the top of your deck. Add one Digimon card with Greymon and another one with Omnimon in its name to your hand. Place the remaining at the bottom. So this is going to be our main piece grabber here. And we're pairing this up, replacing the previous black Agumon with Agumon X-Antibody. So this may Digivolve on top of Agumon for a 0, or it can, on play or when Digivolve effect, reveal top 3 cards from the top of your deck, add one X-Antibody card and one Digimon card with Greymon or Omnimon among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So both Agumons give chance to grab up to 4 cards with their combo searching. We can play Agumon for 3, and then if it's still our turn, we can Digivolve into Omnimon X-Antibody for 0 and do another search, or just play this from hand. Really good search power. That's why I don't think we necessarily need the black Agumon at this time. We definitely want to be grabbing our Omnimons, and we get 2 chances to grab Omnimon as well as some additional Greymon pieces. And then to complement our actual battling power, we are still running the promo Agumon, the best Agumon for any Greymon build. While this Digimon has Greymon in its name, it gets plus 2000 DP. Combined with the starter deck Agumon, when this Digimon attacks a player, it gets plus 2000 DP. This being our second runner-up for the build, of course, because I'd rather have plus 2000 DP whenever versus plus 2000 DP when attacking security, in case I just want to swing over an opponent's Digimon. Moving into our level 4s, we are still running the starter deck Greymon. This is a staple in all red builds. Simple inheritable of security attack +1. Combining this with the BT5 Greymon. If this Digimon has Agumon's Digillusion cards, gain 1 memory, making it a sort of turbo option on the field. And then its inheritable gives plus 2000 DP to our Greymons and our Omnimon. Hopefully evolving from those, we will have our new Greymon X-Antibody. So it evolves from 0 on top of Greymon. All turns, in effect, would delete this Digimon with Greymon or Omegamon in its name, or return it from your standard deck. You may prevent it from leaving play by discarding 2 cards with the same level in this Digimon's Digillusion cards. So this allows us to have some form of deletion protection, either on our opponent's turn or we're checking into security. Because of the nature here, you see that we're Digivolving these X-Antibodies of the same level on top of their counterparts. We're going to be having a few double stacks here that we can discard as we need to protect our bigger bodies. It especially makes the Searcher Agumons not quite as bad to evolve into if we have, because even if they don't have the plus 2000 DP, the fact that both of these can stack on top of each other, have 2 sources, they're no longer dead inheritables, but now they are 2 sources that can be discarded with the Greymon X-Antibody, which I think is pretty good. Going into level 5s, we are keeping the EX1 MetalGreymon. When attacking, when this Digimon attacks a player, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less. And when this Digimon has Machine or Dragonkin in its trait, it gains Piercing. So blockers, very rare in this set, but it is still possible for blockers to be played. Or if we want to go through a Digimon while checking security, Piercing allows us to do that as well. So I think Piercing is a must for any kind of Wargrey OTK build. We are not running the BT8 MetalGreymon anymore because swinging into unsuspended Digimon is no longer our game plan. We are just trying to blitz right through security and go for a game. Still running the MetalGreymon Alteris mode. When Digivolving, this Digimon card has MetalGreymon in its name. In this Digimon's Digillusion cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less. And while this Digimon has Omnimon or Greymon in its name, it gains plus 2000 DP. It evolves on top of a level 4 for the standard 3 cost, or it can evolve on top of a 5 for 1 cost, which combos pretty nice with this MetalGreymon X-Antibody. Digivolve 0 from MetalGreymon. If this Digimon gains Security Attack plus 1, when Digivolving, this Digimon gains Security Attack plus 1 until the end of your opponent's turn. Then, if MetalGreymon or X-Antibody and this Digimon's Digivolution sources, this Digimon gets plus 3000 DP until the end of the opponent's turn. So MetalGreymon X-Antibody is giving us Security Attack plus 1 and a 3000 DP buff. So MetalGreymon X-Antibody is going really big into our stacks. Part of the old combo, of course, is we have 3 memory, move the level 5 up, evolve into the classic BT1 Wargreymon, but now we have an extra step we can take here. We can still have our MetalGreymon here preferably, and we move him out of raising, we can evolve into MetalGreymon X-Antibody for 0, requiring no memory commitment. This will give him Security Attack plus 1 and plus 3000 DP. And then if we have no Kia or just extra memory to play with, we can go on top of that still even further into Alteris mode, pop something 4000 DP or less, and then giving our level 6 plus 2000 DP, increasing our threshold even higher. We're going to pair this up going into our fan favorite, of course, the BT1 Wargreymon, still a reigning champ as the best Wargreymon in my opinion. When Digivolving, this Digimon gains Security Attack plus 1, and when checking security skills, when checking security, does not activate option cards. So this makes them super safe, goes right through Beelstar, any security control type of format. We're not worried about Hammer Sparks, Trump Swords, Fly Bullets, whatever you have. No Chaos Degradation, you Mastodon players. So for a full combo, if we had a Tai and a Nokia out, let's say, which is pretty standard, we can move MetalGreymon up, evolve into MetalGreymon X-Antibody 0. He gets Security Attack plus 1 and plus 3000 DP. Evolve into Alteris mode for 1 and tap to Nokia to make it 0. And then we can evolve into Wargreymon for 3, giving him a total of 1 extra check from his own effect, 1 extra check from the MetalGreymon effect, plus 2000 DP from Alteris mode, plus 3000 DP from MetalGreymon X-Antibody, and Piercing, all off of just 3 memory. He's going through a lot of security, even more if we happen to get the Greymon underneath. And we do have the extra deletion protection here if we have to be worried about it. But if we're swinging with this card, we don't have to be worried about it. Now, where we might have to be worried about it is possibly with our alternate level 6, Wargreymon X-Antibody. Digivolve 1 from Wargreymon. All turns, when a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, gain 1 memory. This is not once per turn, and it is all on 1 turn. It is on all turns. So, for every security card this Digimon removes, we are gaining a memory, which is wild to think about. This can work really well too with the Blitz Wargreymon. I'm not running one currently in this build, but it's definitely something I'm thinking about for future renditions. End of attack, once per turn, if this Digimon has Wargreymon or X-Antibody in its Digivolution sources, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to this Digimon's DP, which with all our DP boosters, Wargreymon is pretty much deleting anything as long as he survives the end of attack stage. But primarily, whatever, if we can evolve into him and then get our attacks through before turn ends, because of his effect of removing security and gaining 1 memory. If we have, of course, this Greymon here, that's another security check. If we're coming off this MetalGreymon, that's another security check. If we happen to be having this Tai here, that's another security check. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 checks. Wargreymon's gaining 4 memory, which is wild. You could evolve into our level 7 of choice and still keep turn afterwards. When Digivolving, Blitz. And also unsuspend all turns and an opponent's effect would delete this Digimon or return it to owner's hand or deck. You may prevent it from leaving play by trashing the level 6 Digimon card in the Digivolution cards. So Wargreymon OTK Tribal is probably at the strongest it's ever been. We have tons of deletion protection in the form of the level 4 and the level 7, as well as the level 6. So no matter which kind of routes we're going here, there's plenty of ways for all these bodies to gain massive security checks at high DPs with deletion protection, making it extremely unlikely for an opponent to remove us except by swinging over. So if they don't have much going on the board or in raising, you can be safe to just check through security and get those early checks. Running our support cards, we are sticking with the Tai Kamiya memory corrector for now. He will be our memory corrector, setting our memory to 3. And then all of our red Digimon with 4 or more Digivolution cards gain security attack plus 1 to really drive in that OTK setup. Running Nokia to help turbo our evolutions. On play, you may play one Agumon from your hand. When digivolving one of your Digimon into a Digimon card in your hand with Garurumon, Omnimon, or Greymon, you may suspend this tamer to reduce the memory cost by 1. Now please note that Nokia is you may play one Agumon from your hand, not Agumon in its name, so it will not work with Wargreymon X-Antibody. Do remember that's probably going to come up. People will probably play it by accident. And for option cards, we are going to be trying out the new Gaia Force 0. This card would be used if you have a Digimon with X-Antibody and its Digivolution cards. Reduce the memory cost of this card by 2, making a 6 cost, which I think is pretty good. Main effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 13,000 DP or less. Then one of your Digimon with Greymon and saying they attack the player. And security effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. So a security effect basically makes it a standard Gaia Force, while its main effect being a 6 play cost instead, being able to delete most Digimon in the game, as well as still allowing you to have your Greymon attack, I think is pretty solid. Especially if there's one blocker getting your way just for swinging for game, you can just play Gaia Force 0, delete the blocker, swing through to win. I think it's pretty standard. I think this could really definitely come up a lot in this kind of build where we want to be very aggressive with our checks. And we're pairing this up with the X-Antibody option card. If you have a Digimon in play, you may use this card in your hand, ignoring its color requirements. Security, gain 1 memory and add this card to your hand. Main effect, place this card at the bottom Digivolution cards, owning your Digimon without X-Antibody in its Digivolution cards. So unsure completely how this might come up since we are running all X-Antibodies, but we're going to give it a try because all turns, this cannot be trashed from this Digimon's Digivolution cards, preventing blue from stunning us. And when attacking, you may Digivolve this Digimon into a Digimon card in your hand with X-Antibody and its traits by paying his Digivolution cost, allowing us to get into this Wargreymon X and still be attacking, gaining back that memory we used for evolving. So this is my theory build for the new Wargreymon Tribal with the BT9 X-Antibody package. I think it's anticipated to be extremely strong. I love Wargreymon builds, so I'll definitely be playing this a lot. Hoping to bring you a first place starting results here pretty soon. But hey, thanks for coming to my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Digimon content, and we'll be back with more Digimon theory builds. Thank you.